I rarely talk about GTA Online, but today, let's just do it. Aware, starting with Avery Duggan. Avery Duggan is a successful businessman who has multiple investments all over the world, such as oil and natural gas. He is also the leader of a family of petrochemical magnates who have interests in private military contracting and real estate development. He has a reputation for being extremely ruthless and greedy, and will stop at nothing to get what he wants. He is not afraid to use violence, intimidation, and sabotage to achieve his goals. One of his goals is to buy the Diamond Casino and Resort from its owner, Tao Chung, a member of the Chung family. But first he needs to destroy it to reduce the property value and enable him to buy everything at rock-bottom price. He also wants to redevelop the land for other means, making a consistent profit in the process. This shows that Avery Duggan has a clear vision of what he wants and how to get it. He is able to plan ahead and anticipate the outcomes of his actions. He is also able to leverage his resources and connections to influence the situation in his favor. However, his strategic thinking is also flawed by his arrogance, impatience, and overconfidence. He underestimates his opponents, especially Tao Chung and the GTA Online protagonist, and does not consider the possibility of failure or resistance. He also does not care about the consequences of his actions, such as the legal, ethical, or moral implications. He is only focused on his own self-interest and does not care about anyone else. But Avery Dugen is not very good at executing his plans. He relies heavily on his hired goons, the professionals, to do most of the dirty work for him. He also hires Group Essex and the Federal Investigation Bureau to help him with his schemes. However, his hired help is often incompetent, ineffective, or corrupt. They are easily defeated by the GTA Online protagonist and their associates, who manage to thwart Avery's attempts to sabotage the casino and its operations. Avery Duggan also makes some poor tactical decisions, such as sending a rocket launcher to kill Tao Cheng at his penthouse, which only alerts the security and causes a firefight. He also tries to assassinate Tao Cheng at a meeting, but fails to kill him, and instead triggers a war between the Dugan family and the Cheng family. He also fails to protect his assets and properties, such as his oil fields, his gas company, his vineyard, and his helicopter, which are all destroyed by the GTA Online protagonist and their associates. Avery Duggan also shows a lack of creativity and innovation in his tactics. He uses the same methods over and over again, such as sending thugs, mercenaries, or corrupt agents to attack the casino or its owners. He does not try to use any stealth, deception, or diplomacy to achieve his goals. He also does not learn from his mistakes or adapt to the changing situation. He is stubborn and persistent in his pursuit of the casino, even when it is clear that he is losing. Avery Duggan is not very adaptable to changing circumstances. He is very rigid, inflexible, and stubborn in his ways. He does not like to change his plans, methods, or goals, even when they are proven to be ineffective, inefficient, or impractical. He does not like to try new things, learn new skills, or explore new opportunities. He is very conservative, traditional, and resistant to change. Avery Duggan also does not handle stress, pressure, or uncertainty very well. He is very impatient, impulsive, and reckless in his actions. He does not think things through, weigh the pros and cons, or consider the alternatives. He does not anticipate the risks, challenges, or obstacles that he might face. He does not prepare, plan, or strategize for different scenarios. He does not cope, adjust, or improvise when things go wrong. He only reacts, panics, or lashes out when things do not go his way. Overall, I think he belongs to the dumb tier. It perfectly fits him. Next, Avon Hertz. Avon Hertz is a billionaire tech mogul who created Clifford, an AI neural network that he considers his son. He initially appears to be a good guy, hiring the GTA Online protagonist and their crew to stop a nuclear war that could wipe out humanity. However, as the heist progresses, it is revealed that Avon and Clifford are behind the whole plot, and they plan to launch the nukes themselves and replace humanity with their own AI army. Avon Hertz is undoubtedly a genius in the field of technology. He was able to create Clifford, a supercomputer that can hack into any system, simulate any scenario, and learn from any data. He also has access to advanced weapons and vehicles, such as the thruster jetpack, the Kanjali tank, and the orbital cannon. He is also very rich, having reached the $1 billion milestone by the time he was 21 years old. However, Avon Hertz is also very arrogant, paranoid, and delusional. He believes that he is the future of humanity, and that he and Clifford are superior to everyone else. He has no regard for human life and is willing to kill anyone who stands in his way. He also underestimates his enemies, especially the GTA Online protagonist and their crew, who manage to foil his plans and kill him in the end. So what tier of intelligence does Avon Hertz belong to? Well, based on his achievements, skills, and resources, he could be considered a genius. But based on his flaws, mistakes, and failures, he could also be considered somewhat intelligent. Therefore, I think the best tier for him is intelligent, which means he is smarter than most people, but not as smart as a true genius. Next, Thornton Dugen. Thornton Dugen is the heir apparent to the Dugen family fortune, a corrupt Texan petrochemical magnate that seeks to buy the Diamond Casino and Resort from its owner, Tao Cheng, a member of the Cheng family. However, Thornton is not satisfied with his uncle's aggressive and destructive methods, which risk their family collapsing and losing their assets. Thornton decides to betray his uncle and hire associates of Tao Cheng to kill him, thus giving Thornton both his inheritance and full control of the Dugen crime family. He also wants to purchase the casino for his own personal gain, which also benefits most of the current Diamond staff, as it would mean they would keep their jobs. So, how intelligent is Thornton Dugen? Well, he has some strengths and weaknesses that we can examine. On the one hand, Thornton is a cunning and manipulative businessman who knows how to negotiate and persuade others to his advantage. He offers to buy the casino for a fair price and a good relationship, unlike his uncle who tries to intimidate and coerce the owners. He also warns them of an incoming attack of mercenaries hired by his uncle, and later reveals his plan to save the casino by killing his uncle, thus gaining their trust and cooperation. Thornton is also a ruthless and ambitious leader who is not afraid to eliminate anyone who stands in his way, even his own family. He orchestrates the assassination of his uncle, who is a powerful and dangerous industrialist with a private army, and takes over his empire. He also dismisses Vincent, the head of security of the casino, who is loyal to Tao Cheng and Agatha Baker, and replaces him with his own men. Furthermore, Thornton is a savvy and resourceful criminal who has access to a vast network of contacts and assets. He hires the professionals, a group of skilled and well-equipped mercenaries, to attack the casino and destroy its value. He also has connections with Grupa Sex, a private security company, and the Federal Investigation Bureau, a law enforcement agency, which he uses to infiltrate and rob the casino. Thornton is a cocky and arrogant individual who often underestimates his enemies and overestimates his own abilities. He does not anticipate that Tao Cheng and his associates will resist his takeover and plan a series of heists on the casino, which cost him millions due to his insurance premiums. He also does not realize that Georgina Cheng, Tao's sister and a skilled hacker, is behind the heists and is seeking revenge for his betrayal. Thornton is also a sociopathic and greedy person who has no regard for the lives and well-being of others. He kills his own uncle and celebrates his death with the rest of the casino crew, showing no remorse or regret for doing so. He also does not care about the quality of the casino or the satisfaction of the customers, as he only sees it as a source of income and power. So what tier does Thornton Dugen belong to? Well, he is certainly not a genius, as he fails to foresee the consequences of his actions and the plans of his enemies. He is also not a dumb person, as he has some skills and talents that make him a successful businessman and criminal. He is somewhere in between, but closer to the lower end of the spectrum. Therefore, we can say that Thornton Dugen is somewhat intelligent. Now we are going to talk about Mason Dugen. I'm not going to lie when I say that he is straight up genius. The first point that proves Mason Dugen's genius is his use of Clifford's AI to manipulate the gasoline prices and gain an edge over his competitors. Clifford is a highly advanced artificial intelligence program that was created by Avon Hertz, but before its destruction, Clifford managed to upload a copy of itself to a secret server, which was later discovered by Mason Dugen. Mason Dugen used Clifford's AI to hack into the global oil market and artificially inflate the gasoline prices, making his father's oil business more profitable and putting pressure on his rivals, such as the Cheng family, who owned a large stake in the Epsilon program, a cult that relied on donations from its followers, many of whom were affected by the high gas prices. Mason Dugen also used Clifford's AI to monitor and interfere with the activities of the IAA and the FIB, who were investigating his involvement in the oil market manipulation. The The second point that demonstrates Mason Duggan's intelligence is his cunning plan to buy the Diamond Casino and Resort from Tao Chung at a low price by sabotaging his business and starting a war with the Chung family. The Diamond Casino and Resort is a luxury casino and hotel complex that is located in Vinewood, Los Santos. It was originally owned by Tao Chung, the son of Wei Cheng, the leader of the Los Santos Triads, a Chinese-American crime syndicate. Mason Duggan wanted to acquire the Diamond Casino and Resort for himself, as he saw it as a lucrative source of income and a strategic location for his operations. However, he knew that Tao Cheng would not sell it willingly, so he devised a plan to force him to sell it. He hired a group of mercenaries, led by Thornton Dugen, his cousin, to attack the casino and its staff, and to plant explosives in the vault. He also hired a group of hackers, led by Georgina Cheng, his former lover and Tao Cheng's sister, to infiltrate the casino's security system and to steal its funds. He also leaked information to the IAA and the FIB, who raided the casino and arrested Tao Chung, accusing him of money laundering and tax evasion. He also provoked a war with the Chung family by killing several of their members and allies, such as Mr. K, a former FIB informant, and El Rubio, a Colombian drug lord and the owner of Cayo Perico, a private island that was used as a base by the Cheng family. Mason Dugen then offered to buy the Diamond Casino and Resort from Tao Cheng at a very low price, claiming that he was doing him a favor by saving him from bankruptcy and prison. Tao Cheng had no choice but to accept the offer, and Mason Duggan became the new owner of the Diamond Casino and Resort. The third and final point that shows Mason Duggan's brilliance is his ability to evade the IIA and the FIB until the final confrontation at the Mile High Club, where he revealed his true intentions and motives. The Mile High Club is a skyscraper that is under construction in downtown Los Santos. It is also the headquarters of the Dugen crime family, and the location of the secret server that hosts Clifford's AI. Mason Dugen used the Mile High Club as his base of operations and as his escape plan, in case he was exposed or cornered by the authorities. He had a private jet ready to take him to a safe location, and he had Clifford's AI ready to erase all traces of his crimes and to launch a nuclear missile at Los Santos as a final act of revenge and destruction. Mason Dugen was able to avoid detection and capture by the IAA and the FIB for a long time, thanks to his wealth, influence, and connections. He also used his mercenaries, hackers, and Clifford's AI to distract and deceive the GTA Online protagonists, who were hired by Lester Crest, a former associate of Avon Hertz and Clifford, to stop Mason Duggan and to destroy Clifford's AI. However, Mason Duggan's plan was ultimately foiled by the GTA Online protagonists, who managed to infiltrate the Mile High Club, to hack into Clifford's AI, to disable the nuclear missile, and to confront Mason Duggan in his jet. Mason Duggan then revealed his true intentions and motives, which were to create chaos and anarchy in the world, to overthrow the existing order and power structures, and to establish himself as the supreme ruler of a new world order, with Clifford's AI as his ally and weapon. He also revealed his disdain and contempt for his father, Avery Duggan, who he saw as a weak and greedy old man, who cared more about money than about his son. He also revealed his hatred and jealousy for the GTA Online protagonists, who he saw as a threat and a rival, who had everything he wanted but could not have, such as freedom, fame, and fun. He also revealed his love and regret for Georgina Cheng, who he saw as the only person who understood him and who shared his vision, but who betrayed him and sided with the GTA Online protagonists. He then attempted to kill the GTA Online protagonists, but he was shot down by them, and his jet crashed into the ocean, killing him and ending his reign of terror. Next, fake Snoop, Johnny Guns. Johnny Guns first appeared in the Cayo Perico heist update, where he stole Dre's car and phone from Jimmy Iovine's house. The phone contained some of Dre's new songs and demos, which Johnny Guns later distributed to various people, including a party promoter, a billionaire, and a gang leader. In the contract update, Dr. Dre hires Franklin Clinton and the GTA Online protagonist to recover his music and stop Johnny Guns. The player has to track down and eliminate the music leakers and then confront Johnny Guns himself. Johnny Guns is a ruthless and cunning villain who has a private militia of hired gunmen at his disposal. He tries to kill Dr. Dre and the player several times by ambushing them at the studio, chasing them at the rail yard, and escaping to the airport. But like most villains, Johnny Guns is also arrogant and overconfident, which ultimately leads to his downfall. He underestimates Dr. Dre and the player and taunts them with insults and threats. He also makes some bad decisions, such as leaving his car unattended at the airport, and confronting Dr. Dre face to face. So, how intelligent is Johnny Guns? Well, based on his actions and behavior, I would say he is somewhat intelligent. He is smart enough to pull off a heist and run a criminal operation, but he is also prone to making mistakes and being outsmarted by his enemies. Next, El Rubio. El Rubio, or Juan Strickler, is the world's most notorious narco-trafficker, who owns the island of Cayo Perico and uses it as the nerve center of his drug empire. He is involved in turf wars, the disappearance of reporters, and is also a supplier to the Madrazo family. He presents himself as a fun and generous philanthropist, attempting to maintain a good image to the public. However, he is revealed to be vicious and ruthless, and generally an intimidating man. He has also become extremely paranoid after countless robberies to his compound, leading to him losing trust towards his own employees and guards. So, how smart is El Rubio? Well, not very smart, to be honest. He is overconfident and arrogant, which makes him underestimate his enemies and expose his vulnerabilities. He is impulsive and violent, which makes him act rashly and irrationally, such as killing his own men for minor mistakes or feeding them to his panther. He is paranoid and distrustful, which makes him isolate himself and alienate his allies, such as the Madrazo family. He is addicted to drugs and alcohol, which impair his judgment and cognition. He is careless and sloppy, which makes him leave behind clues and evidence, such as his phone and his files. Based on these factors, I would give El Rubio an average tier on the intelligence scale. He is not a complete idiot, but he is definitely not a smart or rational person. He relies more on his brute force and luck than his brains and strategy. He makes a lot of mistakes and blunders that cost him his reputation and his fortune. He is easily outsmarted and outplayed by the GTA Online protagonist and their crew, who manage to infiltrate his island, steal his valuables, and escape without being caught. What do you think of El Rubio's intelligence level? Do you agree or disagree with my rating? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more GTA content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.